Alright, so this is episode 3 of the second season of Uma Musume Pretty Derby. A little bit of a recap. We found out last episode that Teio broke her leg, but she was still determined to get herself into her third and final race to get the Triple Crown, if I remember, despite her due diligence of training all those 5-ish, somewhere around their months, in order to get her leg better. But by the end, the doctor tells her no, and she does the mature thing and decides to actually give up on it, knowing that if she does end up racing them, she'll essentially be handicapped compared to all the other horse girls who are trying their best or are at their best compared to her, who is still recovering. So she decides to give it up, but she also realizes that just because she didn't partake in the race didn't mean that she lost. She still has a chance to get the Triple Crown, so it's very nice. So I assume that we're going to continue seeing her recover, since she won't be able to run until springtime. I also didn't mention in the last episode that McQueen gave her like the whole facility of her families and shit, so I had the idea that she was rich considering her name was McQueen, but wait a minute, isn't McQueen also the name of the fucking car from Cars? Anyways, before I get distracted even further, I do have my full-length reactions up on Patreon, which you guys can check out either in the corner or in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. Alright, so that was episode 3 of Uma Musume Season 2. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was, well, actually I already said it, I thought it was a pretty good episode. It was a nice little pullback to a bit of a past to where they first met, Teio and McQueen, I mean. And we are beginning to see a lot more of their rivalry, because in the first 2 episodes we were, more focused on Teio and her broken leg and all that, but we did see that Teio does consider McQueen her rival, and so here in episode 3 we started getting that whole rival thing just beat into us from the constant people, the crowd who are talking about who would win, Teio or McQueen, and Teio and McQueen hearing all that and that riling up their whole rivalry and shit. And then we learn in the past that when they first met, they were technically already considered each other rivals, and seeing each other training just made them train even harder, and they just end up staying late all the time and having all these coincidences meeting up and shit. So I thought that was pretty nice, and then we got to see a little bit more of Canopus, Team Canopus again, and God, these freaking horse girls, man, they're just over here having fucking meetings about how they're going to defeat Spica without even realizing that maybe Spica's doing really well is because they train really hard, but no. They're just like, alright, in order to defeat them, we need to have more meetings. And their trainer just does not have control of the situation at all, because he seems like a pretty chill, relaxed guy in a team full of eccentrics. And I mean, Spica has a team full of eccentrics as well, but the trainer himself in Spica is also a little eccentric, so he fits right in, Like I said, he's the guy who just goes up and feel a horse girl's leg. I'll be honest, I had a little bit of a heart racing moment during the racing, because I'm always expecting things to turn for the worse, but I just have this feeling that they're doing pretty good, and they're probably gonna... Oh! Special Week had a cake on her head? Why? Why does she have a cake on her head? That's why it's all fucking mushy towards the end? Because Rain is just on her... Why does she have cake on her head? Why? What a waste of a perfectly good strawberry shortcake. Now I want a strawberry shortcake. Oh, I guess who's hitting up the bakery after this? Anyways, before I got distracted by the cake, I would assume things will be smooth until we hit the spring Tenno, because that's where their rivalry will continue, and with the whole, what is it, Teio saying that she wants to become the undefeated horse girl. Well, I mean, she can't take any fucking losses if she wants to be undefeated, so... Although, I'll be honest with you, a tie is not a loss, so... maybe she could take a loss and she could take a tie, and that won't count as a loss, because she didn't lose, she just tied. Other than that, I don't have much else to say, but if I do, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video.